I the a-hole for getting a girl younger than me accidentally pregnant? I am 36 male and my ex-wife is 36 female. We have 3 kids together, 12 female, 6 female, and 4 male. We got divorced because she cheated on me. We have been divorced for 3 years now. She cheated before our 4-year-old was born. Yes, he's my child. I don't pay child support, so I get my kids every 2 weeks, if that makes sense. So the kids will stay with me for 2 weeks, then go by their moms for 2 weeks. The girl I've been having a casual relationship with is 25. We aren't serious, so people don't really know about it. She knows I have kids and am divorced, but other than that, she knows nothing else. We have been seeing each other for 5 months now. We have been very careful with protection and everything. I even get her plan B. I do know that plan B doesn't stop if you're already ovulating. Anyways, she's pregnant now, 8 weeks. She told me I could get a paternity test if I want to, which I will, but I do believe it's my kid. The fact that she offered and is willing tells me that. Anyway, somehow my daughter found out and told her mother, who then called me and asked if it was true. I told her it was, and she decided to yell at me over the phone. I hung up. She came to my house. I told her if she wanted to sit down and handle this like an adult, we could. No yelling. She agreed. We talked and she was mad the girl was younger and the kids were gonna have to know her now. I told her that the kids will know her when it's time for them to know her, and as for her being younger, she slept with an intern. I mean, that's terrible, but it's fucking funny that he was like, bitch, what are you talking about? She got mad and yelled at me some more, and she said she's going to take me to court. For what, Your Honor? He slept with a 25-year-old who is of the age of legal consent? And honestly, according to my personal rules, bro, is it a little raise eyebrow? Sure. Do I think they did anything wrong? No. Her friends have been saying I shouldn't be with a younger woman, and mine are saying they don't care as long as I'm happy. Anyways, am I the a-hole for being with this younger woman? For this question that OP is asking, am I the a-hole for getting a girl younger than me, accidentally pregnant? Take the accidentally out, and I think we're going with not the a-hole. I feel like after the age of 25, get with whoever you want. If you're 25, odds are you're out of college, you're in the real world, you're kind of like out of that like college party phase or whatever, and that's when you're an adult who can make real adult decisions. If one of your real adult decisions is to be with a 36-year-old, have at it, bro. Who the fuck am I to tell you not to do that? Is it weird? Sure. But I don't think you're an a-hole for it. I think it's gonna happen. I think it's gonna continue to happen. And honestly, I don't think anyone was really taken advantage of. I'm gonna go with not the a-hole. I think the only thing that OP could be the a-hole for is like, bro, how the fuck do you get someone accidentally pregnant? Like, oh, we were so good about protection. Obviously not, bro. I have never had sex with a girl with a condom on and then been like, hey, you know what we should do? I should get you plan B. Knock on wood, watch me get a girl pregnant next week. You can't be like, oh man, I nutted in you. Oh, accidentally pregnant. Like, no, man, that's not an accident. You did that shit on purpose. Before her, I was in a short relationship-ish with someone 34, so I don't look for younger people. I usually look for people my age or a little older or younger. She is the first person I've been with since I've gotten divorced who is that much younger. I also asked her if she wanted an abortion. She said no. I've asked her if she was sure because I would pay if she wanted it. So again, no, she wants this baby and is excited for it. Also, she dates older men in general. She says her guys her age are immature and play too much. Okay. TLDR of this unbelievably poorly written paragraph. OP wasn't actively searching out to date a younger woman. It just happened and she tends to date older guys. Am I the a-hole for divorcing my husband for a man who gave me a kidney? I, 43 female, have a genetic kidney condition and I lost the function of both my kidneys a couple years ago. I was on dialysis and on the transplant list. I never drank alcohol or did anything to exacerbate my disease. It just luck of the draw. My husband, John, 49 male, refused to get tested. It's his choice and I can't make him. I have a friend, Sam, 34 male, who donated his kidney. He didn't directly donate to me because we were not compatible, but it was part of a kidney chain. Because of him, I was able to get a kidney. I thanked him profusely because he literally saved my life. We had not been close friends and I asked him why he decided to donate. He told me that he always harbored affection for me, but did nothing because I was married. When he found out I needed a kidney, he didn't want me to die. It turned my whole world upside down. I did not want to engage in an emotional affair, so when I did question my feelings for my husband, I immediately went for separation. I was happier apart from John, and I filed for a divorce. John was blindsided and devastated at what I had done. People I know have called me cold for what I had done. Am I the a-hole? I almost need more info on like the depth of the connection with Sam, which doesn't sound very deep, and more information on your relationship with your husband. All we really get from John is that he just refused to get tested if he had a kidney for OP, which, don't get me wrong, is a really shitty thing to do, but some people have weird hills to die on, you know? Who are we to be like, you have to give your wife a kidney if she's dying or get tested? It is weird that he won't at least get tested. Like, it's one thing to get tested, learn you're a match, and then be like, I just don't know if I want to get rid of my kidney. Like, I'm terrified of it or whatever. I don't know. I still think I want more information on that. Am I the a-hole for not apologizing for having sex in my own living room? I, 28 male, and my fiance, 26 female, are writing this together. Obviously, we are engaged, but we have lived together in my house for about 2 years now, longer than we've been engaged. I have a brother, male 27, Ryan, and Ryan has a fiance slash girlfriend slash mother of his kids, Erica. Erica and him met in high school and they had their first child when they were 17. They have had 2 more children since then. For a while, they were separated and then together and then separated again. Honestly, I can't keep up with them. Erica is also the problem. I know I sound biased because Ryan is my brother, but everyone in the family agrees. She's not a likable woman. She's argumentative, rude, and entitled. She constantly starts arguments with Ryan or her own children at holidays and seems to think she deserves everything Ryan has ever done or accomplished because they have 3 kids. Erica also took an especially rude attitude towards my fiance for whatever reason. My fiance wants me to emphasize here, Erica is a fucking bitch if you haven't gotten that. Her words, not mine. Well, with that being said, my fiance and I often babysit Ryan and Erica's kids on weekends or at nights when they are work or just whenever they need. Erica is cordial enough to my fiance when she's asking for a babysitter, but other than that, they don't talk. And I think they both prefer it that way. My fiance wants me to note here that it's not just us who have an issue with Erica, it's my sister and Erica's own brother as well. So last week, my fiance and I went out to our favorite restaurant after work and had some drinks at a nearby bar and went home at around 11:30. We were both a little drunk in our own home with a locked door and decided that the bedroom was just too far of a walk, and we started to undress on the couch. 5 minutes later, my fiance is in a much more exposed state than I am, and she's on my lap. Suddenly, we hear the keys at the front door. Like scorned teenagers, we jump up. My fiance sprints around the corner to the hallway, leaving her clothes everywhere on the floor. Luckily, I still had my jeans on, so when Erica came in with her 11-month-old, I'm just so desperately trying to hide a raging boner, but not too exposed. I can hear my fiance around the corner half laughing, half sobbing of embarrassment, and I'm just looking at Erica like, since when the fuck do you let yourself into my house? Erica looks at me, looks on the floor, looks around for my fiance, then just walks out and slams the door shut. After that, we got a spew of angry text messages. Erica told us that we were indecent people with no class or integrity, that my fiance should respect herself more by not being so open about her sex life, and that she will not be returning to our house with her children as it's obviously not a safe place. Is it bad that my reaction to that would have been to tell her, well, you probably shouldn't go back to your house either because we've fucked there too? True or not? How funny would that fucking be? I asked Erica how she even got a key to our house and what she was doing coming in unannounced in the first place, and her answer was that she took the key from Ryan. They were fighting. She needed my fiance to watch the baby while she figured everything out. She said that we would never watch her kids again. Obviously, while my fiance was pissed at basically being called a whore, she's very hurt that Erica claims she will keep the kids from her. My fiance loves the kids a lot, and she really likes having them. When I saw how upset this made her, even though I think it's empty threats, I texted my brother. The text I received from Ryan seemed like they were written by Erica, but honestly, I can't be sure. It seems they both are now holding a grudge on what wouldn't be an issue if Erica would just stop being entitled. Ryan said that if we apologize to Erica for what happened, then likely she will forgive us. My fiance was ready to swallow her pride and just apologize, but I refused. I don't think we did anything wrong. You can't walk into somebody's house unannounced, and when there's like something going on, you're like, oh, I can't believe it. I would honestly, like, if I were OP and the fiance, I would feel unreasonably violated. Hey, you can't just walk into our house whenever you want, unannounced. Easy, not the a-hole. Update, my fiance finally got it through her head that she shouldn't apologize, so thanks for that. Shortly after, Erica wanted us to babysit again, and I said, no, absolutely not. Not until you apologize to my fiance for the horrible remarks you made about her. She refused. My brother called me an hour after that asking what the problem is. I explained what happened. Turns out he didn't even know. We're both pretty sure that when he got into that fight with Erica, she was going out to try to find another man to sleep with while telling my brother she was staying with us with the baby. She's an effing psychopath. Yesterday, Erica called and apologized to us, begging begging us to watch the kids. I said I'd think about it, but until then, we need our keys back, which we've gotten. Drop your thoughts on this story or any other story in this video in the comments below. And don't forget to hit the like button and subscribe to see more reading Reddit videos and live streams every single week. Am I the a-hole for telling my wife to stop using pregnancy as an excuse to be mean? My wife is about 6 months pregnant, and ever since her pregnancy, her behavior has gotten somewhat terrible. She gets angry really fast, shouts at basically everyone, and throws tantrums at every minor inconvenience. Her relationship with my family has become strained because of how she blows up at them, some of them even opting to come visit only once the baby is born. Now it's mostly my in-laws that frequently visit. At first I brushed it off as hormones since she was pregnant, but it has gotten really bad. She will shout and curse at me for small mistakes, not picking up my phone, or for coming back from work a little bit late. These past few weeks alone, I have been told I'm slow, good for nothing, have been accused of cheating, accused of not caring about her and the baby, accused of not being there enough, told I should be a man more and to act like a father. There is nothing I haven't been doing for her. Whatever she wants, massages, food, driving around, and handling chores. I'm grateful my mother-in-law helps out, and since she's around a lot, I have more time to go back to work, which is a problem with my wife because I'm apparently running away from responsibility. Even my in-laws have asked her to be kinder, but she always blames it on her hormones. I eventually had it with the insults and we got into an argument about it. She says I'm supposed to just take it until she gives birth and be considerate of her condition because that's what a good husband/father does. I stood my ground and told her that she is not hormonal, she's just using it as an excuse to be terrible to others and get away with it. Adding that if she continues treating me horribly, she's going to explain to our child why we're separated. Damn, that is a fucking line. Mic drop. She started breaking down and accused me of wanting to ditch her and the child. I tried comforting her and clarifying that I didn't mean I was going to leave the child or her, to be honest. I'm just frustrated, but she won't hear any of it. She refuses to talk or interact with me. Mother-in-law thinks I should give her time to cool down and is thinking of going back to their house with her. I just think I'm being treated unfairly here. I think the verdict I'm going to go with this is not the a-hole, but you didn't handle this situation well. Your plan of action shouldn't have been yelling at them. Your plan of action should have been like, hey, we need to go to either or both couples therapy, as well as like, don't they have therapy for like new mothers? Because I think this is stemming from something else. I don't think this is just a hormonal thing. I think this is more of like anxiety around having this baby with OP, because there are a lot of mentions about him being a terrible father. So I almost wonder if there's some sort of anxiety around whether or not OP is going to be a good father coming from the wife. There are too many comments about that for me not to kind of raise an eyebrow. It's so weird that she's like, you're running away from your responsibility, but OP is going to work so that he can support the mother and his future child. I just don't get it. Like, I think there's something going on in here for OP's wife that they just need to dissect. Not the a-hole, obviously, but you need to let her OBGYN know that it's going on sooner rather than later. This falls into one of two categories. Either A, your wife is an awful person and using her pregnancy as an excuse to be horrible to everyone. If it's this category, I wonder how it took you until now to figure out she was this kind of person, as surely there would have been red flags. Or B, your wife is suffering from some kind of pregnancy-induced psychosis/mental health condition, which if this behavior is out of the blue and does not reflect any of her previous personality or behaviors, then I'd be inclined to believe it's the latter. If that's the case, then your wife needs medical help ASAP. Okay, not the a-hole, but needs to go to a medical professional to let them know that this is happening ASAP. There could be something deeper. Am I the a-hole for telling my postpartum wife the same thing she told me? A backstory: when I was younger, I was bullied for being fat, and my mother wouldn't help me lose weight. So when I got into college, I lost a lot of weight and gained muscle, and now I'm 6'5" and 240 pounds. So me and my wife have been together since we were 25, and we are now 32, and had our baby 6 months ago. She's had a hard time taking care of him, so I've been helping in any way I can. So I haven't had much time to go back to the gym. I haven't gained that much weight, maybe 25 to 30 pounds, which is okay because I still look good. I plan to go back to the gym when he gets on a better sleep schedule, and my wife isn't so tired. She's recently been telling me that I'm getting fat and I'm not as attractive as before. I don't care what the scenario is. That's just a really fucked up thing to say. I mainly brush her comments off, but she's been doing this a lot recently and it's been making me upset. I've told her this and she said she'll stop, but she hasn't. So I told her, if you don't stop, I'm going to say something you aren't going to want to hear. She laughed and said okay while rolling her eyes. That's That's not the right reaction. Oh, hey, you better stop saying mean things to me or I'm gonna start saying mean things to you. I'm sorry. I thought there was one baby in this post. So on Monday, she had called me fatty and said that I need to hit the gym before she calls my old classmates. I said, I need to hit the gym. It's been 6 months since you've had the baby. You should not be looking like that. She ran off crying. I mean, yeah, you got her, but like, what am I reading here? I haven't apologized because I don't know if I'm wrong or not. If I'm wrong, I will go apologize, but I don't know. So am I the a-hole? Edit, she has not had any body issues in the past. She always feels like whatever weight she is what weight she is. Yes, I do love her body. I find it attractive, so I just said that to get her back. Edit 2, a lot of you missed where I said I did talk to her about it. Edit 3, what I mean is that she's now a stay-at-home mom, so because she couldn't get him to stop crying in the morning, she wants me to take off work so she can go back to sleep. When I come home, we are equal. We both take care of him, but when I'm at work, that's her job. No, he wasn't up all night. He sometimes wakes up a little after I wake up. Yes, I wake up with him at night too. What the fuck did I just read? I'm rubber, you're glue approach to the relationship. I think we can all agree this is an everyone sucks here. The wife is definitely in the wrong. OP is in the wrong for their reaction to this situation. This poor baby, man. This poor baby is gonna grow up with the absolute worst parents in the world. Am I the a-hole for asking my sister, what did you expect? After her husband left her for a younger woman. My sister Caroline has spent the past 20 years bragging that because she is 10 years younger than her husband Ethan, 55 male, that by the time she hits 40 plus, Ethan's sex drive will have plummeted too low to pursue others, and the 20-somethings won't want to date men past 35. Ethan was 34, and my sister, a week from turning 24, when they first got together. At the time, 34-year-old Ethan was a newly minted senior VP with a 35-year-old wife, Emma, and a 4-year-old daughter. Oh, those red flags couldn't be easier to see, bro. Ethan told her that Emma became a sanctimonious mommy type after she gave birth, stopped waking up at 5 a.m. to exercise, withheld sex, and became a negative, nagging shrew. Ethan physically left Emma for Caroline, but it was Emma who filed for divorce. Caroline was angry because she claims Emma was the one who filed for divorce, yet she's the one who became bitter and hostile after the divorce happened. For a while, I sympathized with Caroline because everyone criticized her relationship. However, it felt like Caroline and Ethan made the fact that Ethan was punching above his weight in terms of having a younger woman their entire personality as a couple and individuals. I think it's because Ethan was poor into his early 20s and said he thought the best he could ever do was the sort of attractive, after a few beers, truck stop waitress. Back then, it was much easier for somebody with no connections to rise, and Ethan did. Then after his divorce and before marrying Caroline, Ethan started his own firm and began making even more money. Caroline signed a prenup but maintained that it would never be used. Caroline used to laugh when Emma told her there's younger women out there, and Caroline replied that she asked Ethan and he said a 10-year-old age gap is gigantic to him and that Caroline was the combination of somebody who he'd always see as much younger, while also being able to relate to her. Caroline would also say, in a place where her stepdaughter could hear her saying it, that Emma has aged so much faster than Ethan and that she's likely regularly mistakenly referred to as her daughter's grandmother. Well, all this about he will always see me as much younger disappeared a few years ago. Caroline started becoming very withdrawn and miserable. She'd act out in ways, but Ethan would not even bat an eye at her antics. Then suddenly, just before the holidays, Ethan picked a fight by telling her her hand mannerisms are annoying and left the house. She found out he was living with a 24-year-old assistant he hired with no experience. Now, despite texts saying their 3 kids miss him and she doesn't deserve this when she's never denied him sex, he's filed for divorce. Caroline came to me crying and would go on rants about how Ethan will realize the 24-year-old sees him as grandpa. I rolled my eyes and said, what did you expect? And that I have no sympathy when for years I've had to listen to her saying age gap detractors are bitter losers and that Ethan will always see her as a prize. I also told her that 10 years is barely the starting point when it comes to trophy wife relationships. She got angry and screamed, "Are you calling me old when Ethan's pushing 60?" and left. Am I the a-hole? Yeah, maybe you're a little the a-hole because this probably wasn't the time to say that, but are you wrong? No. And honestly, after 21 years of hearing this, I could see after the crop gets creamed being like, yeah, no shit, Sherlock. I'm gonna go with soft, you're the a-hole, but like it was absolutely 110% deserved. Am I the a-hole for ruining my daughter's life? I have an 11-year-old daughter. We gave her a phone 2 years ago. It was an old iPhone 8 of mine. She mainly uses it for calling, texting with friends, and social media. Recently, she's been wanting a new phone because her phone was old and all of her friends have new phones. So I thought the iPhone 13 would be a good option as it's $600, has good camera/battery life, and it looks the same as every other iPhone. But she specifically wanted the iPhone 15 Pro Max because apparently it plays console level games and has a 120 hertz display. My daughter is a gamer and has always complained about her phone not being able to game properly as it's old. I did already tell her she would be getting an iPhone 13, but she's adamant on the iPhone 15 Pro Max, which costs double the amount as the iPhone 13. Honestly, I think it's a waste of money and said no. My daughter got mad at me and said I'm ruining her life and that her best friend has a 15 Pro Max. My wife is considering we get the phone and tell my daughter it's a big gift. Am I the a-hole? I want to go with you're the a-hole, but not because you're ruining your daughter's life, but it sounds like you're a pretty bad parent. You need to have a backbone that's like, hey kid, you're 11 years old. You do not need the brand new expensive iPhone. Like maybe as you get older, sure. But as an 11-year-old who just wants to use it for gaming, like you can get it done with an iPhone 13. For you to take the "you're ruining my life" speech from an 11-year-old and be like, am I ruining her life? I should go make a Reddit post about it. That tells me everything I need to know about your parenting. When I was a kid, if I was in a situation like this with my parents where like I wanted something expensive, they taught me you can work hard and do extra chores, earn money your own way to earn that thing. That is such a good learning moment. If you're a parent and you're like, I can't figure that out, I need to go on Reddit and ask if I'm ruining my daughter's life. What are you doing with a kid, bro? I'm going with you're the a-hole on this one. Teaching like, oh, all you gotta do is just complain to mommy and say that you're ruining their life. That's how you get whatever you want in this world. If you're looking for more messy Reddit stories, click the link at the top of the description or the videos popping up on screen right now. The members of our community love these videos and I'm sure you'll enjoy them too.